folks. Welcome to Bubba Roundtree Outdoors. I'm your host, Wade Rush. Well, Rachel and I decided to come over. It is November 30th, last day of November. We're dropping down into the low 20s tonight. It is cold in South Carolina, and we're hoping that the deer are coming out and back on the feeders again since it's got so cold. Anyway, Rachel and I, we came and checked the feeders, and we're a little after 3 o'clock, so we climbed up in the stands and going to see if old big fat nanny will come out before dark. And see if we can fill up the cooler again. I got some recipes I want to try. Y'all stay with us. It was going to get cold this evening, folks. It was going to drop down in the mid to low 20s. And so Rachel was dressed like the Michelin Man and had even brought a blanket to wrap up in. And she still like froze to death, as did I. A lot of folks had asked about the new iron that I'm driving right here. It's an Alfa Romeo Model 10. She's got 308 horsepower. And for the glass I installed, we have a Vortex Crossfire Hog Hunter, and I love it. It's fueled by the Hornaday SST 150 grain and 43 grains of IMR 3031. I set my main camera up to see as much as it possibly can. Here we are, we're gotten to about 5:10. This limb on this pine tree is 15 yards from my stand, while the little cedar tree here is 60 yards from the stand. Then the feeder right here, 80 yards from the stand. And then you can look way down to the 90 at the back here. That pine tree there is 175 yards from my stand. I had my walker's game ear on backwards, so I didn't hear these deer when they walked up. They stepped out 15 yards in front of my stand. I can't move. And what y'all can't see is that there is a ditch about 10 yards off the road here. Normally, they'll just walk that ditch and walk on down to the feeder. Well, today, they just stayed in the planted pines there, and all the other deer that just crossed the road, they're all looking back over their shoulders and looking at me and looking for these other deer. So I just had to gamble that they were going to walk up the road or walk up that ditch and come out on the feeder. My camera can't see anymore. It won't focus on anything downrange, and I am about to freeze to death. I'm texting Rachel right now to go get the truck, get the heat turned on, and come get her old daddy. Well, folks, y'all saw it. They came out too close. They were right here under the stand. They wasn't 15, 20 yards from me. If I'd have moved, I'd have got caught. I was hoping they were going to go on up the road and hit the feeder, but they didn't. They're not there, so something else still. They're probably still eating the acorns. But Rachel and I were going to give it a go and see what happened. That's why they call it hunting and not killing. All right, I'm about to freeze. Rachel's headed up. Go get the truck. Well, folks, Rachel and I put out these pumpkins a few days ago to see how the deer would react to them. Well, they didn't seem to like them too much. They shied away from them for a good while, and then they just eat around them. Rachel poured the candy corn right on top of these pumpkins here at Sand Hill, and they pick the candy corn out of the pumpkin pile there, but leave the pumpkin alone, and they just left that for the varmints to eat. Hey, look at there. I was so tickled to see these two young gobblers coming in. It's been a long time since we've seen some gobblers that are looking this mature coming through here. I was really glad to see them. Typical youngin' pulling all the little Snicker bars out of the candy bowl and leaving the Jolly Ranchers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, this fox squirrel absolutely loves the pumpkins. Watch this greedy little rascal get on there and stuffing down them pumpkin seeds as hard as he can. These big old fat corn-fed girls are starting to come back on the feeders a little bit now, so maybe we're going to be able to put some of these hams and backstraps into the freezer to make up some fry meat or several new recipes that I'm really wanting to try out.
I appreciate y'all riding along with us this evening, folks, or morning or afternoon, or whenever it is you're watching the video. We really appreciate you guys. We hope that y'all have a very, very Merry Christmas coming up and a very happy and prosperous new year. We got to get some meat in the freezer. We're down to the final quarter of deer season here in 2024 to 25. We'll see y'all out there. Bye-bye.